Every time you eat a banana, you are ingesting naturally occurring radioactive material. Bananas are rich in potassium, and a fraction is an unstable isotope called potassium-40, constantly decaying and emitting beta and gamma radiation. In a standard medium-sized banana, this decay happens at a rate of about 15 becquerels. That means as a banana sits on your kitchen counter, roughly 15 atoms decay inside that fruit every single second. On its own, a single banana's radiation is incredibly faint, but if you pack enough of them together, the collective radiation signature becomes strong enough to trip official national security sensors. A commercial truckload of bananas emits enough ambient radiation to occasionally cause false alarms when passing through radiation portal monitors at international border crossings. We have a common fruit that gives off enough radiation to alert Border Patrol, yet it is perfectly safe to consume every day. To help the public conceptualize low-level radiation risks, safety professionals in 1995 created an informal metric known as the Banana Equivalent Dose, or BED. The concept was originally proposed by a scientist at the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, specifically for radiation safety education. Eating one banana establishes our baseline of 0.1 microsieverts, or 1 BED. A routine dental X-ray measures roughly 50 BEDs. To put larger procedures into perspective, a chest CT scan towers over the others at 70,000 banana equivalent doses. While this chart succeeds in calming public anxiety about medical imaging, it relies on a significant physiological inaccuracy. Equating the ingested radiation of a banana to the external beam of an X-ray assumes the body treats all radiation sources the exact same way. The fluid outside our cells operates under extremely strict parameters, requiring a potassium concentration between 3.5 and 5.0 milliequivalents per liter. The stakes for maintaining this narrow balance are high. A sudden spike in extracellular potassium alters the resting potential of your cells, acting as a direct electrical shock to your nervous system. If those rapidly shifting electrical charges hit the cardiac muscle, the excess potassium disrupts the heart's normal rhythmic contractions. This can be lethal. To defend against the heavy dose of potassium in a dietary source like a banana, your body deploys an incredibly fast physiological mechanism called the feed-forward loop. This flowchart maps the process. Gut sensors instantly detect incoming potassium, signaling the pancreas to release insulin. This preemptive insulin acts as a rapid buffer, forcing potassium out of the bloodstream and safely inside your cells. This rapid intracellular hiding mechanism is the exact reason a potassium-rich meal doesn't instantly induce cardiac arrest. Once the initial insulin buffer stabilizes the immediate crisis, the kidneys take over as the body's long-term regulators. This initiates a secondary feedback loop. The slightly elevated internal potassium triggers the release of the hormone aldosterone. Aldosterone binds to specific receptors on the principal cells of the kidney, triggering the start of the aggressive flushing sequence. The hormone commands the kidney's distal tubules to actively pump the excess potassium out of the blood and directly into the urine. The ultimate mathematical result of this cycle is perfect homeostasis. The body strictly excretes an amount of pre-existing potassium exactly equal to what was ingested. Because the body actively replaces old potassium with new potassium, the net radiation dose from eating a banana is strictly zero. This chart highlights the error in the dosimetric math. The EPA calculates the banana's radiation assuming a 50-year committed dose, plotting a long decay slope that completely ignores the steep 4-hour biological excretion drop-off of your own metabolism. This mathematical oversight becomes problematic when nuclear proponents use the banana equivalent dose to claim industrial nuclear effluents are practically harmless. Anthropogenic, man-made radioactive isotopes like cesium or strontium do not behave like dietary potassium. The human body possesses no homeostatic regulation pathways to quickly flush out these unnatural industrial isotopes. Without a biological exit strategy, heavy elements embed permanently in bones and tissues, delivering a genuinely compounding cumulative dose. A mathematical equation about radiation exposure is practically irrelevant if it ignores the biological engine of the organism absorbing it.